This week's video is something that you probably expected to come out of this channel this week. If you haven't been on Twitter, or if you have a life, you probably haven't heard about this situation surrounding Amouranth. Now, if you don't know who Amouranth is a very popular streamer slash model in the adult industry. I'm not gonna say what she uses, but she uses that spicy content that Jack Doherty always loves to promote. Well, Amouranth is also in a relationship while doing this. Now, this was under the supervision of her and her boyfriend or husband. She is married, and recently they had a huge argument. And instead of being a normal couple and, keeping that behind closed doors with only the most important people in your life, or just you and your partner, they decided, okay, let me have a full-on mental breakdown in front of everybody on Twitter, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, everybody. Now, as much as I think that this should have been behind closed doors, I'm still gonna talk about it because, it's content. You're handing it on a silver platter. This situation is, of course, very serious. This involves, if it's not a publicity stunt, if this isn't fake, this shows a large pattern of her husband manipulating and her a lot, and maybe even manipulating her to become a porn star and become a spicy content creator. Or maybe, throughout the years, we've seen Amouranth and her husband, go back and forth. There's been a lot of criticism towards them both. I mean, because Amouranth isn't a good person either. Amouranth is also a weirdo. As much as she's a victim in this situation, if it's true, she is a weirdo. Like, I don't personally see her as a normal person from what I've seen of her, but everybody got their own path. I'm not really gonna judge. I'm just gonna look at what's happening now. All I just want y'all to know is that both of the people involved in the situation are both bad people, but in this situation, one of them is kind of the more aggressive side. So, as I was saying, they were on a stream recently where for 20 hours, I think, well, that's what Twitter's alleging, for 20 hours they streamed arguing. I don't know if that's possible, arguing for 20 hours. That might be fucking crazy, but I don't fully know. If that's true, 20 hours of arguing with your partner, it's gotta be a new record. I mean, like, even the relationships that are the most toxic don't even last that long with arguments. But I'm gonna show a few clips from the stream. I'm gonna talk about what happened in the clips, and I'm gonna say my opinion on them. This first clip I want to show is Amouranth's husband, where he rants about Amouranth only making $1.2 million a month. Guys, what?
We have a Kick contract, and we still do OnlyFans. She does, right? The amount of money we make with both, with the exception of the last 2 months, has always been less than what OnlyFans alone used to make in 2022 and 2023, and 2021. Back then, OnlyFans often hit a monthly of $2 million. Currently, last month we did over 2, but this month and every other month under the Kick contract, Kick plus OnlyFans, did about 1.2 to 1.3. Sometimes 1.5. Actually, kind of frequently 1.5. But you get what I'm saying? So if you look at it, we made more money in 22 and 23 per month than we did any of the months in the last 2 years.
Now, as you saw in that clip, he was talking about how in the last month he made as much as OnlyFans did in a whole year at some point, which is fucking crazy, by the way. And just flexing that because of your girl having like some ooga boogas and she shows them in front of Twitch. You made that much. Fucking crazy flex. Now we're gonna look at this clip. It's the most infamous clip. It's the one that's seen the most attraction. It has 14 million views on Twitter. If your volume is on high right now, please turn it down because your ears are gonna get shredded off if you listen to this full volume.
All your friends can know your position on this. What is your problem? Strongly enough, they have to swat.
I cannot deal with this anymore.
Can you imagine that?
Call your dad.
She's actually defending the guy who swatted her.
Call your
She's
dad.
like, well,
Call your dad. Amouranth.
You mean I
Call your dad.
catalyzed?
Amouranth.
You're saying I catalyzed?
If you hate me, just kill me, please. It would be so much easier.
Random just
I
takes one
can't
off.
deal with this
Man,
anymore.
shut you are.
Now, as you saw there, you couldn't understand what the guy was saying because, they've been arguing for so long that Amouranth just can't anymore. And she just breaks down crying because, her husband is so controlling, manipulative. And I believe that. I mean, if it's really gotten to this point where she's mentally so finished that she's screaming, crying, and all that, I do kind of believe it. And then there's this clip. This is the one I wanted to talk about the most, where they're talking about how they wanted to have an open relationship and how Amouranth apparently jerked off fresh and fit.
Can we talk about you kissing black men while we're married?
That is not even true. Oh my God.
Oh, We don't want to talk about that.
We can talk about that, sure.
Okay, let's talk about it.
You had me go on Tinder dates I didn't want to go on, and then you started calling me while we were at the karaoke bar a lot.
Me if you could have an open relationship.
That is no.
Oh, you didn't?
You were wanting an open relationship.
No, did you ask that? Okay, maybe I will sleep with Aaron. Did we say
No,
that?
that is
never?
not.
You
No.
never asked that?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. We're gonna lie to your chat now. Okay.
We're
Sure,
literally
sure.
not lying.
And you didn't give him a hand job in the
I
parking
did
lot?
not.
Oh, okay.
Correct. I did
didn't
not do
drive
that.
up on you guys together, you giving him a hand job in the parking lot
Dude,
in Chinatown.
These men can't even find porn that would make us money of such sexual acts that you are claiming right now. Yet you're saying I would do it off stream for no
Silly.
money?
Yes.
You're retarded.
Oh my god, because porn stars never have sex off fucking...
Now, if you don't know what Fresh and Fit is, Fresh and Fit is that podcast that your local bodybuilder Sigma guy listens to. Now, that doesn't mean that people who work out are like trying to be Sigma. I mean, I work out, but I mean the type of people who look at themselves as the lone wolf and the one and true Sigma who rises above all women. That's what they usually listen to. They listen to Fresh and Fit in the emergency meetings by Angel Tate and Tristan Tate. That's usually what they listen to. So him alleging that Amouranth had apparently jerked off a guy who works there is not only bad because, you know, cheating, but also bad because it's Fresh and Fit. I mean, it's bad either way. Fucking weirdos either way. There's people trying to send sympathy both ways. I think in this situation, both people are in the wrong. You got to keep it behind closed doors, especially when you're that big of a content creator. She has a lot of reach, and her husband, I think, is the one who like is her manager who runs it behind the scenes. So, you know, that also just shows like you shouldn't bring this in front of the scenes. Like, it could get messy real quick. I mean, I've never been the type of person who wants to bring my personal life with my relationships in front of the world. I've never been like that. I've always gone against it unless some actual shit comes out. Like, let's say with that one girl, Kayla. I don't remember what her name is. Kayla. She went through, and her was her ex-boyfriend who now is charged with and she came out about her experience. When it's arguments like this, I don't think you should come out in the public eye. If it really gets to that point where it's like really serious, I think you and either a legal attorney or somebody in the legal system and your partner should get that handled. I don't ever think that the public eye should be knowing about that because, you know, not only for your sake, but also for your family's sake and your loved one's sake and everyone in that situation's sake. Now, after this whole live stream, Amouranth eventually calls the cops on her husband. I'm gonna show the clip that happened before she called the cops on her husband, and then I'm gonna show the clip when the cops eventually came to their house.
That's fine.
Regardless.
I'm not unokay with being observed.
Okay, great.
I'm unokay with you pointing the camera.
Well,
in my
then
face.
leave.
So you're literally just gonna be super defiant, is that right?
Shit. Talk about problems, hey? What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Recording my
Leave. You
face.
can move. You can go away.
I wasn't in camera view. You moved the camera
The
view
fuck,
to me.
bro?
Ma'am?
Yeah. Yeah, we're live streaming. You just having a tantrum argument.
That's basically what happened throughout this stream. They argued for 20 hours straight, I think, from what is it alleging. I mean, I don't fully know the full facts. It ended up with him getting arrested. I do think that it is a sad situation seeing relationships like this in the public eye. I mean, I don't ever think relationships like this ever should like survive. I mean, I don't know how long they've been together, but you know, they're married, so they've probably been together for a while. And seeing this couple show each other this much hatred towards each other, it's like, man, how can y'all be together? It doesn't make sense. But, you know, love shows itself in different ways. I personally think the situation is so messy, and I really hope the best outcome for everybody in this situation, unless one of them is a criminal. And I've just done horrible research. I don't hope jail time for nobody in this situation. I do hope that everybody in this situation gets professional help by therapy and all that, because it clearly shows that everybody in this situation needs some type of therapy, either therapy or God. I like the latter. I personally use that, but I also like therapy. That was pretty much the situation. Yeah, like the video. Thank you for the recent support. I mean, it's been fucking amazing. I've never seen anything like it, and I wouldn't have expected it in my wildest dreams. We just hit 3,000 subscribers, and we're trying to hit 10 10K subscribers this year. So if you could please help me reach that goal by subscribing right now, I'll be so grateful. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It boils down to two bad people, two weird people get into a relationship, do bad shit, and scream at each other for it. I've been blabbering a little too much now. Yeah.